Okay, so trying to do this little tour. Somebody asked me to see my Midori a few weeks after I've been using it. So here we are, and I still have my little folder, got some clips and things in there. This is my weekly planner book, and it has my future log, and there's April. As I get stuff, I put it in. Again, my recurring monthly, which is very helpful. I put my bills in there, so I can always look, see what I got coming up for 2 weeks. So I started with this layout, which I very much like and had been doing before I moved to this. And I got a spot for some quotes as I find quotes that I like. Oh, here. And I got these cute, teeny little markers. I love them. They're called Iconic bookmarks, and they are on Amazon. And they're just the cutest things. Missy, move. That's my cat, Rosie. Okay, so, and I did a second week with the same layout. And I really do like this layout, and I may return to it. But I thought, oh, I'm going to try something different. So I did this kind of minimal black and white layout that looked very stark until I filled in my weather. And it's just amazing. That's really the only artistic thing I do, is a little, it's not really artistic, is my weather. And it just brightens the whole week up. I love it that each day it gets a little fuller looking and a little fancier looking. So that's the one. And then for next week, I'm trying a different layout again. Would you go on? Is this one. I think it's going to be too cramped for me. You know, you wouldn't think dividing it into the same amount of spots but would be any different despite the shape, but I can tell already it's going to be a little cramped for me. This one is definitely had the most space, more so even than this one. But this one's not bad. This one is actually really good. And I really kind of like that free floating weather thing. And this one, I just can tell already, it's probably a little too tight. So that is basically my planner. And here's the little card that these come on. And they're called Iconic Bookmark. And they're awesome. They're kind of like a plasticky type of thing, but I really like them. Except I lost my little black one at work somehow. I don't know how. So then here's my fitness food one, which I haven't been the most successful. You'll notice I left gaps and stuff. Everyone's gonna do my 21 days, and I got through about half of it, and I haven't been feeling the most great, and I have a thyroid thing going on. So I decided I better look at really planning out what I'm gonna eat and what I have going on in my larder, because that's when I do better. So anyhow, I wrote out this food list of things to include that, you know, that I can eat, so that I have that with me all the time. And I'm going to use this for maybe notes on how it's going. I'm going to try this for like 2 weeks. And then I did a what's in my larder. And I've done this before, but just made a list. This time I broke it into what do I have for proteins, and I've got spaces to add if I get more. What do I have for vegetables? What's in my pantry? What do I have for fruits? And again, I thought this layout I can add to it if I need to pick things up. And that way, at the end of the day, I can kind of look if I haven't planned something out, and I can look and say, okay, I have these things, this is what I can do. And then for my food tracker this week, I'm just using a kind of an open platform, and I'll just write out what I have, and possibly then across the bottom track vegetables and fruits and stuff. I'm gonna aim for trying 7 to 9 servings of vegetables a day. So we'll see what I do with that. But I just thought it'd be nice to do something. I think when you use an open kind of, instead as opposed to a list, even though it's the same space, you have a little bit more space to work with. Interesting. So, and then that's where I'm at on that one. Now in front of my collections book, I have this folder that I made around the last one. The cool 6-pocket. Pocket Full of Vintage on YouTube. Pocket Full of Vintage spelled with just K, not CK. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I know, I just think it's really useful. I just put it in there. And yes, this is Starry Night washi tape, which I really do like. And my cat's back. There's my collections book, which, there's my index, which I don't have. There's my when did I last? Because I can never remember when did I last dye my hair. You know, what did I get from the dentist? When did I last get a brush head for my toothbrush? When did I last charge my Alta? That's not going to be continuing, but I just kind of want to see how many days it takes to charge before I have to charge my Fitbit. When did I last buy? This is a staple for me, this Bye Bye Redness. And I want to know how long one of those lasts. So I wrote down the date I opened and bought and opened one, so I know. And so just stuff like that. And then here's, this was a project I did at work, and I just put the project in my planner and referred it to page 2 in my collections book, where I broke out the project and how I was going to do it. And then I finished it, so I just check marked it. Baby, go away. And here is my, this is apartment maintenance. I'm making a list of things that I will remember to eventually call in and ask management to fix. And then I made my little catalog page for each of my cats. Basically so I can keep track of when did we go to the vet, and if they seem to be having any problems, I can put this in here so that the next time I go to the vet, I can tell them, well, this happened, this happened, this happened. So that is, you know, hopefully it will remain pretty blank except for their checkups, which is what this was. Fenny had a checkup. And I know how much he weighed and that it was just normal. So, you know, that's something, because there's a lot of times I'm like, when did we do this? When were they doing that? When was it that she was throwing up? You know, so hopefully it stays blank. Here is videos to do for YouTube. I do hair videos. And so I just, as I get requests or ideas, I'll put them in there. This is for my Tombow pens. What do I have? So I know what colors I have. And actually I have a few new ones that I just got that I got to put in there. So I write kind of the color I consider them here, and then the number that they actually are over there. And I just, I wanted a grid that I didn't draw it in. I was lazy, and so I just printed one. And here's a space to use for something, I don't know what. And then I decided to make a list of the Audible books that I own, because actually, especially because like I'm going through a single author right now, and I don't remember what I already bought sometimes, so I'm just writing them in there. And so far that is kind of all I got. There's the back of that pocket folder again, so awesome, all kinds of pockets. So that is my Midori Traveler Notebook, about the 4th week into using it, and I love it. Thanks, bye.